The spirit of Christmas is upon me, and I thought, what a perfect time to dive into the magical world of Swedish Christmas traditions through food. Today, I am sharing iconic Swedish Christmas delights that I've grown to adore living in Sweden. If you're Swedish, this will probably feel a little bit familiar, and I would love to hear your favorites in the comments. You know I love reading your comments. But if you're a foreigner in Sweden like me, or just exploring Swedish culture, consider this your festive cheat sheet. Let's start with lussekatter. These golden little S-shaped buns are my absolute favorite. And to be honest, I had no idea they existed before I moved to Sweden. Lussekatter are usually flavored with saffron, which give them this lovely golden color. Lussekatter are traditionally baked for Lucia Day on December 13th, but also quite common for fika during December when the Christmas season starts. So if you happen to be invited to Advent fika or glögg mingle, these will most likely be on the table, or at least that has been my experience so far. They go pretty well with a cup of glögg, coffee, or any hot beverage of your choice. Now, I've got to admit, the first time I tried store-bought lussekatter, I wasn't impressed. I thought they were rather dry. But when a Swedish friend from work shared a recipe, and oh my goodness, game changer when you bake them yourself at home. Since then, they have become my favorite Christmas bake. Speaking of Christmas bake, another favorite of mine is pepparkakor. Pepparkakor are basically ginger cookies, but the difference is that the Swedish versions are incredibly thin and crispy. Baking pepparkakor is a cherished Advent tradition, especially for families with younger kids. But if baking isn't your thing, no worries. There are plenty available at grocery stores, and they taste amazing. There is a little bit of a tradition when it comes to pepparkakor. You hold the pepparkakor in your hand and press it in the middle. If it breaks into 3 pieces, you get to silently make a wish. Pepparkakor translates to pepper cookies in English. You would think they would have pepper, right? Nope, they don't. Not anymore, at least. But to be fair, according to the research I have done, because of course I was curious about the name, the original recipe used to have pepper as the key ingredient. So that explains it in a way. But eventually people got rid of the pepper, smart of them, and today these cookies are spiced with cinnamon, ginger, cloves, and sometimes nutmeg or cardamom. Funny enough, these same spices are used in pilau, a festive rice and meat dish from Tanzania that we usually eat during Christmas season or any celebration. And Tanzania is where I'm from, of course. It's so cool to see how spices connect different food traditions. Just like lussekatter, pepparkakor are usually served during Advent fika or glögg mingle, one of those cozy gatherings that happens during the month of December. Speaking of glögg mingle, let's talk about glögg. This warm spiced mulled wine is a holiday must-have. One sip and you're instantly in the spirit of Christmas. Swedes often host glögg mingle gatherings with friends and family during the month of December. And of course, glögg is the star of the event. My first taste of glögg actually surprised me. It's so aromatic and festive, especially with raisins and almonds added in. While plenty of people make glögg at home here in Sweden, Systembolaget usually releases a special glögg of the year every October. So far we have covered Advent fika and glögg mingle, 2 Swedish Christmas traditions. But now, let's move on to the main event, the Julbord, the Swedish Christmas buffet. One dish I have grown to love is Jesons frestelse. This creamy potato casserole with a hint of anchovy is the definition of comfort food. I will admit, I am not a big fan of anchovy, so I was a little bit skeptical at first. But after trying it out, I was hooked. It's so creamy, rich, and indulgent. This is one of those Swedish classics. Of course, the Swedish Christmas spread wouldn't be complete without köttbullar, the Swedish famous meatballs, and prinskorv, these little mini sausages, always a hit with everyone from kids to adults. Swedish meatballs are already iconic, well, because IKEA, but during Christmas they are extra special, especially paired with Jesun's frestelse. And prinskorv, those tiny, perfectly grilled sausages, are the ultimate finger food. I'm getting so hungry now. And the centerpiece of Julbord is julskinka, or the Christmas ham. It's boiled, then baked with a mustard glaze. It always looks incredible and is highly cherished here. I wouldn't do Julbord justice without mentioning sill, or in English pickled herring, one of the most loved sides in the Swedish Christmas table. It comes in so many flavors: mustard, dill, onion, you name it. It's so delicious, served with knäckebröd. It's traditionally served like that. And do you know what the Swedes eat on Christmas morning? It's called risgrynsgröt, a traditional rice porridge. It's warm, creamy, topped with cinnamon, sugar, and a dollop of butter. There's even a fun tradition where an almond is hidden in the porridge. And whoever finds it is said to have good luck for the coming year. Last but not least, let's talk about julgodis, or Christmas candy. Swedes take their homemade treats seriously, and you will often find an assortment of caramels, fudge, and marzipan figures during the Christmas holidays. Do you know my personal favorite? It's knäck, a sticky, buttery toffee that's cooked until it's just the right balance of chewy and crunchy. Making goodies is a cherished Christmas tradition in Sweden, and it's a great way to get into the festive mood. And that's a wrap on my favorite Swedish Christmas delights. Whether you've been enjoying these traditions for years or just discovering them, I hope this inspires you to savor the magic of Swedish holiday flavors. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I also think you will enjoy these two videos linked here. Let's chat in the comments about your must-have festive food. And remember to subscribe if you haven't yet. It will make a great Christmas present for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. God jul!